Yes. As soon as you have no money, nobody will come. Even your wife, children will not come. Therefore, Harishe Tadhanam Shanai. Krishna first of all takes away the money, makes him poor, so that everyone will neglect him. And because he is Krishna conscious, he will take Krishna. Sir, I have no other alternative. Please give me protection. That is also another Krishna's policy, special favor. This man wanted me. Now he is going astray. Alright, that's alright. Take everything. Shyamasundar. Like that man, Patrick, 3 businesses failed. Prabhupada, yes, that was my case also. Since my Guru Maharaj ordered me that you do this, but I thought, let me become first of all rich man, then I shall do. So every business was Shyamasundara. Maybe that is also my case also. Prabhupada, that is special favor. In the beginning I was thinking, now my god brothers, they have taken sannyas, they are begging from door to door. Why shall I beg? Let me earn money and start Krishna consciousness. But that never happened. So I was obliged to take the dress of my god brothers and preach instead of earning money. Yes, some astrologer told me that I should have been a man like Birla, and I got all those chances in the chemical line. Now, of course, now I am bigger than Birla. That's all right. But even in business field, there were signs that in many things, I got so many good chances. But everything, Dr. Kartik Chandra Bose, he appreciated my activities. Very intelligent boy. He certified to my father-in-law. This is the way of becoming rich man. Shamsundar, what happened? Why didn't Prabhupada? Something happened and everything was finished. That is Krishna's grace. Just like something has happened wonderful, that is also Krishna's grace. Shyamasundar, people stopped purchasing? No, just like Dr. Bose laboratory. So Dr. Bose laboratory, I was manager. Then I took his agency, very good terms. I was earning money like anything. But the next manager, he became envious. He began to poison Dr. Bose to cut off our relationship. So it happened. Then when I was Dr. Bose's agent, I became so much famous that Bengal Chemical, the biggest chemical factory, they wanted to give me the agency. If I would have taken that agency, I would have been the richest man in the chemical world, you see. But they made some condition. So I did not accept it. I wanted in my condition. That is a very little, but I was puffed up that I am such a big and this man is flattering. So I must get my condition fulfilled. So I did not accept it. The Smith Stan Street gave me agency because in my work, Dr. Bose laboratory, I did it very creditably. So every other manufacturers, they became attracted to me. How to get me? The Smith Stan Street company, Bike Pala company, Bose, Bengal Chemical, they all wanted me. And I thought, oh, everyone wants me. So I refused. And later on there was a clique between Dr. Bose and me. So I lost everything. Then I started my own laboratory. Somehow or other there was something. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrutyam Naranchaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam ततो जयामुदीरये नष्टप्रायेष भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्ति भवति नैष्टिकी. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 7 and Text 37. Tatvanam Bhagavan Tesham Tatvanam Bhagavams Tesham Katidha Pratisankramaha Katidha Pratisankramaha Tatremam Ka Upasiran Tatremam Ka Upasiran Ke Yu Svit Anuserate Kausvid Anuserate Tatvanam Bhagavams Tesham Katidha Pratisankramaha Tatremam Ka Upasiran Kausvid Anuserate. Tatvanam of the elements of nature, Bhagavan, O great sage, Tesham of them, Katida, how many, Pratisankramaha, dissolutions, Tatra, thereupon, Imam, unto the Supreme Lord, Ke, who are they, Upasiran, being saved. Ke, who are they? You, who, Swit, may, Anuserate, serve the Lord while he sleeps. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swamy Srila Prabhupada. Translation. Please describe how many dissolutions there are for the elements of the material nature, and who survives after the dissolutions to serve the Lord while he is asleep. Please repeat. Please describe how many dissolutions there are for the elements of the material nature, and who survives after the dissolutions to serve the Lord while he is asleep. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In the Brahma Samhita, it is said that all the material manifestations with innumerable universes appear and disappear with the breathing of Mahavishnu, lying in Yoga Nidra or mystic sleep. Yah karnanannava jale bhajati sma Yoga Nidram ananta jagadanda kot saroma kupaha Adhara Shaktim Avalambya Param Swamurtim Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Yasyaika Nishvashatakala Mathavalambhya Jivanti Loma Vilaja Jagadhandanadha Vishnu Mahan Sayesya Kala Vishesho Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govinda, the ultimate and Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, lies sleeping unlimitedly on the causal ocean in order to create unlimited numbers of universes during that sleep. He lies on the water by his own internal potency, and I worship that original Supreme Godhead. Due to his breathing, innumerable universes come into existence, and when he withdraws his breath, there occurs the dissolution of all the lords of the universes. That plenary portion of the Supreme Lord is called Mahavishnu and is a part of Lord Krishna. I worship Govinda, the original Lord. After the dissolution of the material manifestations, the Lord and his kingdom beyond the causal ocean do not disappear, nor do the inhabitants, the Lord's associates. The associates of the Lord are far more numerous than the living entities who have forgotten the Lord due to material association. The impersonalist explanation of the word Aham in the 4 verses of the original Bhagavatam, Aham evasam evagre, is refuted here. The Lord and his eternal associates remain after the dissolution. Vidura's inquiry about such persons is a clear indication of the existence of all the paraphernalia of the Lord. This is also confirmed in the Kashi Khanda as quoted by both Jiva Goswami, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti, who follow in the footsteps of Srila Sridhar Swami. Na chavantet hi yad bhakta mahatyam pralayapadi ato achyuto kile lokhe sayeka sarvagho avyayaha. The devotees of the Lord never annihilate their individual existences, even after the dissolution of the entire cosmic manifestation. The Lord and the devotees who associate with him are always eternal in both the material and spiritual worlds. Rasanstha Bhaktivedanta Parpoto Majjanati Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashyat Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So recently some parents have filed a case on TikTok video sharing platform. Of course, most of us are disconnected from these video channels. But the outside world, they're very excited about these video platforms. And it looks like in the TikTok platform, because I don't know, I've not used it, looks like there is one section called For You. It recommends. Is there? So, how TikTok recommends For You? That is based on the user's, the past history of using it. See, these platforms, they keep a watch on every user. What is he seeing and what is he downloading? Where he is spending most of his time? These platforms keep an eye. So next time when you log in, when you go there, so the platform that will come to know, so-and-so Dasa or so-and-so, that boy has logged in, and then it knows the history, past history. So it starts recommending certain things. And if the algorithm is correct, most of these platforms, they have an algorithm, formula, how to recommend those. And those algorithms are so fine-tuned. The time at which you are seeing, the place where you are opening the video, or everything it notices nicely. And if it is a certain time and certain place, it knows what to recommend. Tuck, the algorithm is so nice, tuck, it comes up. And so these people, these parents, some of these parents, they have filed a huge case on TikTok because when it recommended one video by name Blackout Challenge. So what is this Blackout Challenge? Actually we have been seeing a lot of challenges, and there is a lot of games are there. Like cold water challenge or something, cold ice challenge. Last year we have put one stall here, Hare Krishna challenge. So many people came and took the challenge. 1 month they have to chant. That's the challenge. So this blackout challenge means the video inspires these young children to press their neck and black out. This is called in English word strangulation. They take a rope or something and then the video is encouraging, do it, make it more. So that is called blackout. So they have to do it till it blacks out. That means it's gone. So by seeing that video, some 2 children, they died. So the parents have filed a suit in America against TikTok. Their allegation is that the algorithm has recommended this for you in that section, this video. Unnecessarily it has promoted to my children. Since your algorithm has promoted this video in that for you section, you are responsible for it. So that's how the parents have filed a case. And then of course there is one agency in US. They were trying to understand how many children. I think as of today there are about 82 children. They passed away. They took this challenge, 82 people. And then I am reading there are many more challenges, not just blackout. There is angel of death, where it will show how you should record, and then you should go and jump in front of one moving truck. This is one more video. So they were saying why the children take up this. One thing is sometimes they are mentally, not very stable. There is one more category is there, that they want attention. Their video has to be so unique that a lot of attention should come to my videos. And when then attention comes and more views are there, more likes are there, or whatever those symbols are, that gives them satisfaction. Yes, I have achieved something. But these are all very highly negative and destructive. Highly destructive. Surprised to see that many people, they take to these challenges. So we should also encourage them to take the challenge, 64 round challenge, Ekadashi day. Sit and chant 64 rounds. If you can black out, why don't you become white out? Why only black? Spend time on chanting nicely. So this is called blackout, means it is called dissolution. So in this inquiry, Vidura is specifically asking about dissolutions. Tatvanam bhagavam tesham katida prati sankrama. Prati sankrama means dissolution. He wants to know how many dissolutions are there for the elements of the material nature. How many dissolutions are there? When somebody dies, there is a dissolution of the body. Or if there is a big accident, mass of people will die. Recently, unfortunately, there was some incident in Amarnath Yatra. This sudden cloud burst. Many people died. It's a dissolution of the bodies. There sometimes we see dissolutions of countries and states, and we see a lot of varieties of dissolutions in this world. Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Rekha. Pralaya is part of this material nature. So that's why you see at the level of the material nature, a lot of dissolutions happen. Dissolution means some manifestation is there and that is been wound up. There is a big building is there, the building collapses. That is a dissolution. Bodies dissolve. So, pratisankramaha means this dissolution is a nature of this material world. There is a material nature, and then that nature is that everything gets dissolved. Ordinary people, they do not take cognizance of this dissolution. Somehow this dissolution doesn't strike them. Everybody thinks that life goes on, and this pratisankrama, it doesn't strike them. But this pratisankrama strikes a transcendentalist. It strikes a Krishna conscious person. Immediately the real nature of this world becomes manifest in front of our eyes. Oh, ultimately everything has to go. If some building crumbles down, then people will think, okay, again we'll build it up. What is there? Because the elements are still there. Earth is there, water is there, fire is there. So I can make. So that's why Vidura is curious here that is there a dissolution for the elements, the basic elements with which we are constructing big material manifestations? Are there any dissolution for the elements also? Tatvanam means elements of the nature. So, Katidha Pratisankrama, then once these elements are also they go, is there anybody who survives? Tatremam ka upasiran. Radha Govinda ki jai. Anybody survives that kind of a dissolution? And then he says, cows with anuserate. If everybody goes away, then who is there to serve the Lord who is asleep? Vidura's concern is about who is there to serve the Lord. He is Vidura is a devotee. So his question is concerned about Lord's satisfaction or Lord's service. A devotee wants to continue his service despite whatever may be the circumstances. This is the devotee's mood. He gives utmost importance to rendering devotional service to Krishna. Whether it is dissolution, whether it is creation, or whether it is maintenance. His only calculation is, under these circumstances, how I can continue to render my service. This is the devotee's determination. Things may be collapsing all around him. Things may be shaking all around him. But he will be only thinking, okay, doesn't matter, all these things are permitted by the Supreme Personality. I am situated in this situation. Doesn't matter, now what can I do? Even under those crumbling environment, he decides to render his services. Let us say physically he cannot even move because the situation is so bad. His body is not cooperating. Things are not conducive. Still he wants to, he will be thinking, now how can I chant? How can I read? Because pure devotional service cannot be hampered by any material circumstances. This is the real definition of devotion. If somebody's devotion is stopped because of some circumstances, that means his devotion is not pure. So that's why Prabhupada, the Shastras, Bhagavatam, it always encourages pure devotional service. Pure devotional service means it cannot be hampered by any circumstances, any conditions. So a devotee doesn't complain that why these circumstances come into my life. He doesn't complain. He doesn't blame anybody. He doesn't blame this world. He takes everything is by the will of the Supreme Lord. He complains about his own attachments. He complains about his own calculations, which stops his service. So that's why a devotee, he prays to the Lord, my Lord, you remove my attachments so that I can take up your service. Like here Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he is saying, Gopinath, Guchao Samsar Jwala, Avidya Jatana, Aro Nahi Sahe, Janma Marana Mala. Very nice, simple Bengali. He is saying, Janama Marana Mala. We are caught up in a mala, a succession of birth and death. So he is saying, Gopinath, please remove the torment of worldly existence. I can no longer tolerate the pain of ignorance and the cycle of repeated birth and death. And then why he is under this tormentation? Why he is going through this tormentation? He says, Gopinath Ameto Kamer Das Now he is coming to his understanding. I am going through this tormentation, not because of anybody else's mistake. He is because Amito Kamer Das, Dasa of Kama. And then Vishaya Bhasan Jagiche Hruday Padiche Karma Fans. Indeed, I am servant of lust. Worldly desires are awakening in my heart. And the noose of fruity work is beginning to tighten. So he is saying, my Lord, many worldly desires are awakening in my heart. As soon as one desire is awakening, that means the noose around my neck is tightening. This is the real blackout. This challenge is coming from Maya. What is this blackout? As soon as a worldly desire develops in our heart, then what happens? Our service to Krishna stops. Worldly desires are enemies of service to Krishna. So then comes the noose. It becomes tightened. So he is saying, Gopinath, Kabeva jagibo ame kamarupari dure tyagibo hrudaya spuride tumi. He is saying, when will I wake up and abandon afar this enemy of lust? And when will you manifest yourself in my heart? So a devotee is desiring that he wants to give up this. Ari means enemy. Enemy in the form of kama. Then he is saying, Gopinath, Amito Tomarjan, Tomare Chadiya, Samsara Bhujanu, Samsara Bhajanu, Buliya Apandhan. Now, Bhaktivinoda Thakur very nicely he is explaining. He is saying, I am your devotee, but having abandoned you and thus having forgotten my real treasure, I have worshipped this mundane world. So, if a devotee abandons the Supreme Lord, anybody who abandons the Lord, then what happens? He starts worshipping this mundane world. The mundane world, various things become attractive to us. In various forms, the mundane world becomes attractive to that, and then we start worshipping it. We start glorifying it. This is what Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying. So then he is saying, Gopinath, tumito sakale jan, apnar jane, dandiya ekhono, Shri charane deho sthan. He is saying, you know everything. Now, having punished your servant, please give him a place at your lotus feet. So then he is concluding his prayer. Tumito pandita bhara, mudher mangal, tumi anvishibo, edase na bhavo para. O Gopinath, you are indeed the wisest person. Please look for a way to bring about auspiciousness for this fool, and please do not consider this servant an outsider. Actually, these are the prayers that we should be offering to Krishna. Offering to Gopinath. You are the wisest person, so please look for a way to bring some auspiciousness into my life, because I am not able to. I cannot control my mind, I am not a big yogi or a big jnani to manipulate my mind and somehow bring it towards your lotus feet. I am not able to do. That is not our process. Our process is pray to Gopinath. Some things we can try within our capacity, but then ultimately he surrenders to Krishna and he says, my Lord, You only find out a way. Please, look for a way to bring some auspiciousness in my life. Modera Mangal. Mangala means auspiciousness. And then, so he is saying, please don't consider me as an outsider. Edasa na bhavo para. I am not an outsider for you. Okay, so here also the devotee Vidura, he doesn't want to, he is remembering service to Krishna. Anuserate, how during dissolution the Lord's seva will continue. So Prabhupada explaining in this purport one very important concept. That concept comes from that original 4 shlokas of Bhagavatam. They are known as Chatushloki Bhagavatam. These are the shlokas for which Prabhupada has given longest purports in Srimad Bhagavatam. In these 4 purports, we'll come to one big, thick book. A very nice, elaborate purports Prabhupada gives. The first shloka is Aham evasam evagre. Aham means I. See, here the Lord is talking to Brahma. And the original Bhagavatam is only just 4 shlokas. Lord appears, he gives 4 shlokas, he vanishes. Aham evasam evagre. And what is this? Aham means I, evasam evagre. I exist before creation. So now this is a very phenomenal statement Krishna has given. I exist before creation. So creation means creation of the Shodashakalam, 16 elements. Creation of time, creation of demigods, creation of material nature's manifestations. Maya is set in force. And then Maya creates all these bodies. Actually through Brahma, all these bodies comes into. So those bodies are made up of the 16 elements. So since Krishna exists before this creation, his body is not made out of these 16 elements. That means Krishna's body is transcendental. Krishna's body is spiritual, completely transcendental. It is not made up of these 16 elements. This is one of important conclusions. Mayavadis who try to say Krishna appeared like a human being in this world, so he is also like us, his body is also material, that has been refuted here. Aham eva sam eva. I exist before the creation. Within the creation there are so many forms, so many manifestations. But Krishna exists even before that. That means his body must be spiritual. And then second point is that Krishna, because he is the Supreme Lord, he is never alone. He is with his associates. That means his associates are also having spiritual bodies. He is having his own paraphernalia. He is having his own opulences. Wealth, power, everything is there. So, all those things won't get destroyed. Even if the elements are also, the 16 elements, they are also destroyed. So Vidura is asking, okay, once these elements are dissolved, is there anybody who can serve Krishna? Yes. The associates, the paraphernalia, the opulences, everything remains. They are all there, ecstatically serving the Supreme Lord. So that's what Prabhupada mentions in the purport. And all the acharyas, they quote from this Kashi Khanda to explain that Lord's associates, they remain individuals, they survive all these devastations which are happening in the material world, and they continue to serve the Lord. This Kashi Khanda is a very interesting scripture. Nowadays there is that Kashi Jnanavapi, that controversy is coming up. So this Kashi Khanda has become very popular because in Kashi Khanda there are elaborate descriptions about Kashi, including the Jnanavapi well. So they are saying it's such a ancient scripture. I think this is from Skanda Puran, Kashi Khanda, and which describes elaborately about Kashi and then the premises and then the Jnanavapi well and all those things. So some people are becoming interested in this Khanda, but if they read, they will see Achyuta, about Krishna, it is mentioned. Krishna and his associates, they will not come under the influence of destruction of this world. That's why Shankaracharya also says that Narayana Para Avyakta is beyond this manifested creation and destruction. Any questions? So Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
హరే కృష్ణ గోల్డెన్ టెంపుల్ వారి మరో అపురూప కానుక హరే కృష్ణ వాణి ఆధ్యాత్మిక మాసపత్రిక. ఇప్పుడు మొబైల్ యాప్ ద్వారా కూడా సులభంగా పత్రికలు చదువుకునే సౌకర్యం, వార్షిక సభ్యత్వం, భగవద్గీత, భాగవత ప్రవచనాలు, స్ఫూర్తి సందేశాలు, ఇంకా మరెన్నో సదుపాయాలతో హరే కృష్ణ వాణి మొబైల్ యాప్ నేడే డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకోండి. మరిన్ని వివరాల కోసం కాల్ చేయండి 9133107700.